Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 battle. It's part of a friendly paired match. In this match I have the Romano-British versus my opponent's Pictish army. So the Pictish army has overall better infantry, superior warbands, loose warbands. Pictish Spearmen are a little bit spendy, that's their downside, but on the upside they are deep units of offensive spearmen, so they maintain cohesion that can bowl over any infantry I have. They have a good light infantry line if they want it, good light javelin horse, but no cavalry, only Celtic light spear chariots. They're cheap though. I can get noble cavalry, armored lancers, and a few lights, and for infantry, close order warbands, and below average, heavy foot, large units at least, or average but medium foot. So the infantry line is kind of squishy. So we'll need to use cavalry to make up for that. There we go. Otherwise, I think I would like to invest in the 33-point Bretonic foot, some light javelin horse to seize this hill, and some to support our non-light cavalry. The armored noble lancers might be needed to zone of control lock his better infantry. So we're going to try to go for the long, thin line wraparound, basically. On both wings if we can. Right, 76 points remaining. What can we do with that? More sub-Roman foot. And we definitely want this light javelin horse. Right, no shooting power, but really that's not a big deal. Actually, maybe I don't want to do that because I want this cavalry to go on its own little mission. Maybe I should. Nope, I'm going to stick to it. Good. Right, so we'll send cavalry out onto both wings and kind of unfold this medium infantry around and then kind of try to push. Maybe it's like the Zulu bull's horns formation. So push forward on both wings and slowly advance in the center. Next turn. All in on skirmishers. It might force us to move a little more quickly than we want to. It's alright. Let's push on ahead. Good. And I suppose our cavalry wing will have to shift over, fight the chariots and light cavalry. Next turn. Okay, it's not ideal. Might even need to send a unit of infantry in support. But I don't want to send more than one unit. Okay. There we go. We skirmish and skirmish, loop around this open left wing. Next turn. Oh no, I don't think I can quite get on top of the hill in time. It's awkward. Please get out of the way. You also get out of the way. Okay. Charge downhill. And then they'll evade, and we'll at least destroy that unit. Good. Soon our plan to just sit here is gonna... the center is gonna fall apart in the face of a lot of skirmishing, but I wanted at least one more turn to start the wraparound before we advance. Okay, we're gonna stay away from this slope though. Do not want to get caught on it. Do I want to send these lancers somewhere? Maybe I do. Start pushing them around the right as well. Right. That might be stupid. I might shift them back around to zone of control lock the Pictish warband. In fact, that is what I should do. We'll wait until next turn to do so, however. Next turn. That's too bad. We are going to suffer a bit from that lights harassment. Try to box in these chariots, maybe. Catch those javelin men. Nope. Shove them so we can just kind of keep basically moving the right direction. Not quite. He is forcing us to break up our line a bit. Could be worse. Alright, just carry on with the advance. Next turn. It's going to take at least 3 shots to disrupt a warband, I would think. Oh, shove them and see where they go. It's not really what I had in mind here. Keep them pinned. Got support over there. Charge. Maybe catch them? Good. And keep up the push. They're a bit ahead. They're a bit early for the party. It's not the neatest line I've ever formed. Here, let's see where that takes you. A very awkward place is where it does take you. It's alright, push on. Here we go. We need to make contact here soon, and we're still pretty far away. Next turn. They might just disrupt and then get charged. They held firm, but it's not going to help that much. Alright. No. Leaves us in rather an awkward spot. Start the flank. Give them a shove. That's fine. Because we can do that. We're gonna have to give chase. Unfortunate. Okay. Damn. They're just in the way then. Next turn we flank. Ignore the light javelin men. Must try to push for flank attacks. Maybe catch these archers, so. No. Alright, that's fine. It's fine. Charge these archers and hopefully slow down these warbands. Okay, now their zone of control locked, so we can safely charge here. And they held firm. Very well. Shove them, see where they turn up. Oh, they're just... Oh, they're not. We just expose ourselves. Do we care? Whatever. This is all a distraction. So if we lose a unit, no big deal. That's bad. Could have been worse. Great. So we just need to kind of hold on in the main line while the flankers come around. Next turn. Oh. Let's we hold firm so we can shuffle these infantry units out of the way. They formed square, which deep units of spearmen can do. We hold out? Yes, good. Ooh, we can't fall back because we've blocked our own men in. They held firm, so we're going to have to hope we don't drop from melee. Oh, good. It's pretty tough on that unit of Britonic foot. He denied us a flank. Okay. So, let's see if we get pushed back here. Good. Now the square exerts no zone of control, so we can flank attack. They hold firm, then we push. Charge the archers, maybe? No. Alright. Keep up the flank. It's not horrible because we have swordsmen. Shove them. It's not wonderful. at all. Any action to charge these light archers could lead to us crashing into the Pict warband, which I don't really like. For that exact reason. You can either fall back and take a cohesion test, or stay here and take a cohesion test. I think I will fall back. Good. Then fall back again. Not ideal. Okay. In that case, we can only hope that these warbands pursue and we can hit them in the flank next. Meantime, do we get pushed back here? No. So unfortunately, we'll have to tank some rounds of javelins. Goodbye. Can only hope they hold out briefly. So we can get the flank before this unit collapses too. So the whole center is coming apart in the face of these Pict warbands. But we should be able to turn to reinforce. And we are sweeping up this flank gradually. Next turn. Oh, wonderful. Oh, good. Didn't break right away, that's what matters. Well, they had the good graces to run away from the main fight. Any checks? Just in the lights. Excellent. Well, meantime, let's catch them and stop getting shot at. Stop this chariot assault from getting any more out of hand than it already has, while keeping our cavalry free. To do what, I don't know. Intervene here. Was hoping for a double drop. Yes? Do they break? No. Very well. Push on. Now we need to do the not so good things. Like that. Which of these is worse? They're both stupendously bad. Ouch. Sub-Roman foot. Not my favorite. Alright. Go for impact and see what we can do. Uh-huh. That's not even remotely what I had in mind for that. Oh well. We'll just keep on pushing. This is all pretty bad, but our flank is still gradually moving in. We might need to just pile on to the square as much as I hate doing that, but we'll see. Next turn. Nice rally for him. Good use of lights. This is not appearing to go to plan. Better. As my troops get under strength from casualties and more likely to fail cohesion checks, those light cavalry rear charges are going to get increasingly dangerous. Good. Maybe get rid of another pesky? No. Get ready for the flank. Out of the rough, and so the lights can no longer charge us. Join in to just add weight of numbers, unfortunately. It's not how I like to do things. They insist on holding firm. We'll send in the cavalry after all. Zone of control lock. Once they drop under 500 men, they will start actually suffering from a combat strength modifier, but till then, just gonna have to eat it. This combat worries me. We hold. It's not great either, but we hold. Good. So, next turn then, we should be able to get at least 2 flank attacks off. The unit in a square cannot attack, so even if they unsquare, next turn we can just zone of control lock them with this foot. Problem solved. We'll win the melee, but the flank charges from the light javelin horse could drop our cohesion. Okay, it's going alright, but it's messy. We've got a fair amount of disruption going on. Next turn. More work for us then. Held firm, but we'll still get a combat strength modifier from fighting multiple units. It's about time. Good. Excellent. It'll save this unit at least. Very good. Alright. Well, since this unit's disrupted anyway, we don't have to worry about flanking it. Fragged, excellent. Put an end to this unit as well. If we're lucky, we'll keep pursuing. Zone of control lock. And maybe help hunt down that unit there. Held firm. Get in a flanking position behind the Pict warband. Let's hold out a little bit longer, please. Ugh. This unit will bounce off now. I was hoping they would hold firm and bounce off, but no. This unit's just gonna have to stand and take the charge from the light javelin horse, I think. Damn, so we'll take another charge if the game continues. Although I think it will not, without substantial rallies, which seems unlikely. And it looks like the game did indeed end. Here we go. So, I think to a large extent this was a victory of army composition. On the downside, my cavalry didn't manage to do much. They got bogged down fighting his chariots, which is well done on his part because the chariots have no melee POA. But he sank quite a few points into getting a large skirmisher line, and that's only really helpful if you have time to use them. And by just constantly charging and pushing forward, I didn't give them time to use them. Or when they did shoot, they had their having moved before shooting negative modifier. So although there's a disruption here and there, some casualties, particularly on these lightly protected units of Bretonic Foot. I believe they're lightly protected anyway. Yep. Overall, they weren't really worth the points that have been put into them. You know, a unit of light archers is 30 points. The unit of Protonic foot is what, 36 points, I want to say. So his non-light infantry line is considerably shorter than it would have been by investing so much in these archers. And I tried to avoid contact in the center for as long as possible, where you had these picked warbands, and notably, both of these are still in play and had savaged some of my units. But because I had so many more units, I was trying to sort of advance in a half arc and wrap around, which mostly worked despite his pretty creative use of squaring up here. So square formation is only accessible to pikemen and deep spearmen. Generally speaking, I mean, it has its uses. It'll save your unit from being immediately flanked and destroyed. But it exerts no zone of control. It can't charge. It can only move one tile and takes a full turn to get out of square. And units that are capable of square often tend to be rather spendy. You know, Pictish Spearmen are 58 points. Your average pike phalanx is 72 points. So you're saving a large unit from contributing to your rout percent, but that unit is also no longer doing anything to protect the rest of your army, and its points standing around doing nothing. So it really is a desperate situation kind of move. Now, I think squaring up what he did here was the right call, but you know, in general, if you're in a situation where you have to square up, you have better hope that you are winning elsewhere in the field, because if you're not, you're just delaying the inevitable. And despite some scary moments in the center, overall he was not winning elsewhere in the field. So the square up, while it was the right call, was also, you know, a sign of just how badly things were going. Another danger that he made good use of was these light javelin horse. If he had maybe got them behind my infantry line a little bit sooner and done more rear charges, that could have been dangerous, because my army is, you know, average medium foot and below average heavy foot. So they're vulnerable to failing cohesion even from light cavalry rear charges. That could have been dangerous. But yeah, overall I would say the main thing is that it was a mistake to bring so much light infantry when it didn't have time to really influence the battle. More non-light infantry would have been the way to go. So, a good game to my opponent, and till next time.